listen. You're not gonna talk. You're not gonna talk to me. You're not gonna talk to me and talk over me because you don't want to hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why don't you just keep your mouth shut?
Players. Hakeem Jeffries told Mikey and Mike, don't come over here with all that yin yang. If you gonna talk over me, then don't even come here. Shut your lips. Shut your spaghetti lips. So Republican Magamite Mike Lawler scurried his ass on over there to Hakeem's neck of the woods to get him to sign some type of ACA extension, subsidies extension or whatnot. And he came over there with a lot of the bass in his voice and a lot of puff in his chest. So, baby, Hakeem Jeffries had to use his hand motions to get him, get him together real quick.
Did you get permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
Easily extend
Did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
You
Why
know
did
I
you
didn't.
vote to shut
Let me
it down?
ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to
No,
make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing
You
yourself
could
right
sign
now.
on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment
chasing
here is
clout.
you.
You're an
You
embarrassment.
could sign on to the bill.
Let me ask you a question.
You have 4 Democrats on here.
Let me ask you a
Why won't
question.
sign on
Let me ask you a
to it?
question.
It's a
Let
clean
me ask you a
extension for 1
question.
year.
You voted for the one big
Clean
ugly bill,
extension.
correct?
I voted for a
The
tax
largest-
cut bill that gave the largest tax cut
the
to
largest-
Americans in history,
the
including, by
largest-
the way, the average New Yorker getting a $4,000 tax cut. Are you against that?
You're embarrassing
Do you
yourself
wanna,
right
you want
now.
to cut the standard deduction in
The
half? Is that
largest
what you
cut
wanna
to
do?
Medicaid in
No, we
American
rooted
history.
out
You
waste,
voted for that.
fraud, and abuse, by the
You
way.
voted
Tom DiNapoli, the
for a
Democratic
permanent-
controller of New York,
Let me ask you a question.
pointed out that $1.2
If
billion
you're gonna
wasted.
listen, you're not gonna talk. You're not gonna talk to me.
Wasted
You're not gonna
on
talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over
non-New
me
York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm
So
listening.
why don't
Go
you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Oh,
Because you
is
showed
that-
up.
is that the way to
You
talk?
showed up. You showed up.
Yeah.
And so you voted for this one
I
big
signed
ugly
on to
bill.
this.
I'm going to keep it a stack with your players. I was a little worried for a second there because, Hakeem Jeffries, he talked with his hands. I didn't want him to get too excited and accidentally, jab him up a little bit. But he did what he had to do. Listen, this is just a bunch of political theater. Everything we doing right now is a bunch of political theater. Republicans and Democrats haven't seen each other face to face because Mike Johnson sent the Republicans home. Democrats haven't left. So, it is what it is. I'm glad that he was able to confront him and tell the truth is the light about him voting in favor of the big despicable disaster that is responsible for what is going on right now. MAGA is responsible. They voted in favor of this. The Democrats shut this shit down once again today by voting against their spending bill. So they're going to have to come to the table with more than this.